Today we're going to be going over the pros and cons of the new Moto G Stylus 5G 2022. Stay tuned. Alright everyone, hopefully you guys are having a good day. Hopefully everyone is safe out there. We got the Moto G Stylus 2022 5G right here. As you guys know, this was just released last week, and honestly, there has been some issues with this. But we're going to talk about the things I like about this device and dislike, and let's go ahead and start that off. Now, first and foremost, the great thing about this device is it is loaded with 8 gigabytes of RAM inside of here. So you're going to be able to play games like Genshin Impact, Call of Duty Mobile, PUBG Mobile pretty easily. I'm gonna do a gaming review, but they run pretty well, and obviously your day-to-day tasks and everything like that, watching movies, scrolling through social media, it's going to be a breeze on here. Our second pro is going to be that this has a 5,000 milliamp battery inside of this device. However, it is a really thick phone. That's one thing you got to take into account. Moto's phones are usually pretty thick, honestly, and part of the reason is probably because it has a stylus inside of it and it needs to fit in there. But we have a huge 5,000 milliamp battery inside this device. If you guys fully charge this, you should get about 2 days of battery life on this device. This is definitely above average. I feel like 5,000 milliamps is definitely the gold standard for a mid-range phone nowadays. Alright guys, so our next pro is going to be that this has a 120 hertz refresh rate. We do have different settings on this device where you guys can actually change the refresh rate to, I believe, 60. So that is one thing you can do on here. I just keep it on 120 though. It does drain the battery a little bit more, but honestly, that 120 hertz refresh rate on this display looks really good, and it is extremely snappy. So that's one thing that I really enjoy about this phone so far, especially when like watching movies and stuff like that, or playing video games, really just scrolling through the UI, and everything has been really smooth on this device. Our next pro is definitely going to be that we have a headphone jack inside of this phone. As you guys can see, we have a 3.5 millimeter headphone jack on the left side of the USB Type-C port. Now, this is something that we don't really see in phones anymore as far as like mid-rangers, so it's nice that Motorola kept that there. For a lot of devices, they kept this around as well, but I think it's definitely a good little addition, especially for you audiophiles out there that use your Sennheisers and, you know, all those nice earbuds that just connect in there. You know, I have some really good headphones with drivers, and you know, usually the phones that I get don't have a headphone jack, so it's nice that I can listen to music on here and it sounds great through those triple driver earbuds. So you guys have the option to do that. The last pro about this device, and there are a few more pros about this device, I just don't want to take too much time on this device because there are a ton, but the last pro about this device, which, you know, I can highlight, is that we have Android 12. So we have the latest security patch on this device as well as the latest operating system. Now, this is going to only have one operating system update, and we're going to talk about that later, but just a heads up, if you guys want to go ahead and check out my coverage on the Google I/O event, definitely go ahead and hit me up on Instagram. I will be going to a Google event tomorrow. I'll probably be doing a vlog, so really excited about that. We're going to get some new stuff from Google. There are some things like, you know, watches and phones that may be released, so super excited about that. And getting into the cons of this device and starting off strong with what we literally just talked about, this only has one operating system update. So we only get one major operating system update on this device. However, we do get 3 security patches on this device, so that's nice to see. But compared to other devices like the Galaxy A53 5G, those devices have 4 years of updates, operating system updates. So for the next year and the foreseeable future, the Galaxy A53 5G is still going to be relevant in 2026. So that's crazy. I feel like this phone is going to last you a few years, but we're getting to the next con that really doesn't make this worth it. And the second con about this device has to be that there are better options at this price tag. This is a $499 device. Pretty expensive, honestly. I feel like this is deeply overpriced. However, we do get an SD card inside of here that was 256 gigs. So it seems like Motorola just threw that in because they felt sorry for us or something like that. It may have been something else, but you know, the price is way too high on this device. So if you guys are thinking about getting the Moto G Stylus 5G, I feel like this phone would be good for a port-in deal at like Metro by T-Mobile, you know, Boost Mobile, Cricket Wireless, and I feel like that's where this phone is going to shine. But the unlocked variant of this device is really not worth it for $499. We got a bunch of different options. One that I just talked about previously is the Galaxy A53 5G. Again, 4 major OS updates. We also get a Super AMOLED display instead of an LCD display, and we have many other things on that device that are just extremely worth it. The A53 5G will kick this out of the water, and it is $50 less than this device as well, so that's something to look forward to if you don't absolutely need a stylus. Our next con is that this has no IP67 water resistance. This does have a little water repellent design on the screen and stuff, but this isn't going to be for dropping a phone in a pool or the toilet or the sink or something like that. Your phone is going to get severely damaged if that happens, and this doesn't have that rating. It has the repellent, but it does not have the IP67 water resistance. And the last con that we're going to be talking about on this phone has to be that the camera really isn't that good. I do see on this camera we have a bunch of different features, but you know, the photo and videos really just don't have good stabilization. You know, every time I take a photo, it seems like it's a little bit washed out. Also, taking photos in low light, they're really not as good as the A53 5G. Honestly, if you guys want a really good camera on a mid-range phone, the A53 5G is $450, and they just upgraded the camera's sensor, and honestly, it looks really good. It kind of looks very similar to you know, our previous couple years ago cameras, like the Galaxy, you know, S10 or S20 or whatever. It kind of looks like the quality of those. Stabilization is amazing, and I would really recommend going with that phone if you guys are looking for a good camera. But yeah, guys, those are my pros and cons of the Moto G Stylus 5G. Obviously, take into account that a lot of people are going to be getting this as far as like port-in deals and stuff like that, so they're going to be getting it cheaper than $499. That's why I didn't give up on this phone, because I know Metro and Cricket and all them other carriers are going to have deals on this device. So if you get a good deal on this device, these specifications may be good and you may be happy with this phone, especially since this is the cheapest device with a stylus in it in 2022. So that's something to take into account. But yeah, guys, hopefully you did get some value from this video. Hopefully you did enjoy. This has been Stefan from TechRight. Peace out, Tech Gang.